In old Nollywood, if you hear this statement of a prayer, you shall go and you shall come, it means you're about to embark on a dangerous journey. You know that type you might not be able to return from. Oh, yeah. Now, let me paint you this scenario. Switch off the lights, take your popcorn, sit back, and imagine with me. In the olden days, in a sad village of igboland, there is famine, there is hunger, the crops are dying, and the people reached out to the chief priest. We are dying, we need help. Consult the gods for us. And the chief priest reached out, telling them the reason for their ailments. But the remedy is they will send their bravest men, send them to the evil forest to get a particular item. It could be a totem, it could be any sacred object in the forest, and bring it to the chief priest to enable him perform a ritual that will remedy the situation. And then there is a consensus amongst these people to send their bravest men. And boom, they all are at the public square, and you hear the priest make prayers like this. Amaraju, maraju, 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 amaraju, amaraju, maraju, 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 amaraju, and then gives them this palm frond, fresh palm frond, to put between their lips, and rubs this white chalk or white earth around their eyes, and then says this prayer to them. You shall go and you shall come. My dear, this story is just about to begin. And then they enter this evil forest. Do you know the reason why they have this fresh palm frond in between their lips? It's just so that they won't be able to communicate with the people of the evil forest. The people of the evil forest are considered the non-living. You have to mind your business, not talking to them. And the white earth around their eyes will enable them to see dangers, because this evil forest holds a lot of things that will try their strength, that will try their resilience, that will test them. They will have to cross the 7 rivers, cross the 7 forests, climb the 7 hills, and possibly fight 7 spirits, 7 strong spirits. And if they overcome, they return. They'll be celebrated, and then the village will live happy ever after. You might think that this is a story, yeah, but much of this is true. You know, when you study the art of a people, there's an element of truth in it, because the way a nation goes, whether of the mind or of the spirit, is decisive in its effect upon art. Study every nation on earth. If you want to understand them, read their literature, study their art, their painting, their photographs, check their museums, their history. You could also see it in the kind of clothes they wear, the kind of houses they build, the kind of food they eat, right? But that's by the way. You might want to think that the idea of climbing 7 hills, crossing 7 rivers, going through 7 forests, and fighting 7 strong spirits is only obtainable to our ancestors, the ancient people. Nah. It's also obtainable today. For me, as an evil person living in Lagos, I consider myself on this journey, on this quest, this lifetime quest that is dangerous. Yeah, Lagos is a jungle, an evil forest. In quotes, I've paid my dues, I've fought the good fight, I've suffered in this jungle, I've also fought the government also fought me back. Check this link to that story. Lagos is a jungle. All right, let's not get it twisted. Let's pay attention to the photo of the day. And when you return, I'm going to put things into perspective by providing context to the photo. And then everything begins to make sense to the reason why I said this, and I'm about to draw parallel to the photo and other things that I'm going to say. See you soon. This photo happens to be a portrait of Ajofia. Ajofia is a masquerade. Ajofia means evil forest. I'm lucky to be alive to witness a one-of-a-kind masquerade. You will never find another Ajofia. His performance is out of this world. He gives you this, should I say goosebump? Because it's that one-of-a-kind performance, something you see and you are transported to your state of origin. I mean, the human state, back to where you're from. Like, you feel like you're connected to your base, to the roots. 2 years ago, I was invited to Nnewi to witness the celebration of the New Yam Festival by Ezekolomo, and Ajofia was a guest too. He performed, and I saw him. Oh my God, it was magical. I photographed him. I wish I could have him alone. But you know the thing about masquerades and our people. For you to invite a masquerade, they have to be like a crowd. So you can't have the masquerade to yourself. You're not a crowd. You're just one person. Ajofia is a lot of things, and you can't just explain by just calling him a masquerade. To begin with, he's endowed with wisdom. He says this in his music. Yeah. He sings too. And through his music, you get to hear about the Igbo mythologies, their ways of life, worldview, philosophy, and everything. So, Ajofia. Already I told you, Ajofia means evil forest. What is evil forest? Evil forest is considered a place that is left for the dead. I mean, in the land of the living and the dead, where you and I stay is the place for the living. The place for the dead is the evil forest. This place, people don't go there, except maybe you're a DBI, a strong person, a spiritual person. The evil forest is a place you want to keep people that died by suicide, people that you could consider spiritually impure, like criminals. It is also a place where sacrifices too are being done. You know, when colonialism came to Nigeria, our people gave the colonialists land in the evil forest to build their churches. Even Chinua Achebe said this in his book, Things Fall Apart. This land that was given to the colonialists, the intention of giving them this land is not because they love the colonialists so much. It's because they believe that evil things happen in the evil forest. So they feel like, okay, if we give these guys this portion of the land to build their churches, they are going to have conflict with the dead, which never happened, unfortunately. And this is one of the things that kind of like dismantled institutions like this in igboland and paved the way for Christianity. And of course, building more roads kind of like demystify some of these places. Most of these places are roads to someone else's village. And now you know everywhere except a place called the Evil Forest. But at least now you understand the concept of the evil forest. There are people that believe that one of the reasons why the evil forest was created is to protect the biodiversity happening in our rainforest. I mean, trees were not brought down. They are kind of like preserved. They were left untouched because this is the land of the dead. This photograph made me reflect on the concept of evil forests in igboland. This is just one of the missing puzzles of how we used to look, how we used to dress, how our spirituality used to be, our performance, our theater, our ways of life, and everything. This is our photography. This is an image, a reflection of us. Remember,
the way a nation goes, whether of the mind or of the spirit, is decisive in its effects upon art.
So, if we have masquerades like Ajofia, Odumodu, Izaga, and etc., it is actually a mere reflection of us as a people. So, whenever you are in the presence of a masquerade, my dear, pay homage, because you are in the presence of the past. You are privileged to witness what was happening hundreds of years back. Anyways, photographers, visual artists, and enthusiasts that are watching, I need you to tell me what you're seeing in this photograph of Ajofia that I took. Share your story, like I am doing right now, in the comment section, and do not forget to subscribe. Bye-bye.